hey, watch this video and then let's talk about it.
I said, if you don't propose to me, you can say goodbye to me and you can say goodbye to the dog because I am done waiting around.
And when was this in your relationship?
Early. Too early. I just loved him. As soon as I met him, I loved him. And I couldn't believe that he wasn't desperate to lock it down. I'm a Leo too, though. I was like, what do you have to think about? But after the sort of 1.5 year mark, I was like, I'm not going to waste any more of my time here because I'd rather be single. I would rather be single. And I love being single, for the record. I didn't want to give an ultimatum, but unfortunately, he's Mr. Chill. And he wanted to get married to me too. But I think it just would have taken him like 100 years. He's slow. I don't want to spend that time. I'm already sure of what's going on here. I wanted to get married before I had kids. I said that to him and he did it. And congratulations to him. He's getting to marry me and I'm getting to marry him, all because I pushed it along.
Ultimatums ruin relationships. They ruin relationships. And because she's talking about like her fiance, now husband. I don't know where they are in their relationship. Best of luck to them. Do I see this ending well? No. Why? Because you should never force somebody to be somebody that they are not or do something that they do not want to do. They will eventually revert into who they naturally are and do what it is that they want to do. You are just implementing your will above theirs and they will eventually resent you for it. And this also goes for friendships. The people that want to be your friend will be your friend. The people that want to see you will see you. The people that want to hang out with you will both initiate times to hang out with you and they will reciprocate when you say, hey, do you want to hang out? It should not be there shouldn't be any forcefulness to it. There shouldn't be ultimatums in any kind of relationship. If somebody wants to be in relation with you, they will be in relation with you. And we'll touch on what she said about the whole I'm a Leo thing, because as an astrology girly, I think that there's a point where we have to realize, okay, yeah, we do tend to fall under we do tend to behave in certain kinds of characteristics depending on where certain things in our chart are, but they are not an open gate or an excuse to participate in bad behavior, just because these specific kinds of bad behavior are more common among certain signs. But I talk a lot about decentering men on here and also my choice to be child-free. And I think that both of these things play very seamlessly into what this woman was saying. Let's focus on the child aspect. I don't know if she wants to be a parent. I don't know if he wants to be a parent. Not my business. Genuinely don't care. This is more of like a teaching conversation moment. Why would you want to force somebody who is self-described as Mr. Chill, Mr. Laid Back? She says, oh yeah, he definitely wanted to marry me. If he wanted to marry you, he would marry you in his time without somebody having to force him. Point one. Point two, why would you want somebody that is so laid back? And this is not for her, but just like a conversation point. If you want to be a parent, wouldn't you want a proactive person to also be your co-parent? Whether that's your husband or after a divorce, whatever. Wouldn't you want somebody that actively wants to engage with you so that way you have evidence that they actively will want to engage with a child that you have instead of being Mr. Laid Back? So that's point one. That's point one. And you shouldn't, she's kind of already said it. She's literally set herself up for failure at this point. She has put herself in a position where she will have to initiate everything, all of the big things in their relationship. And he gets to take the back seat and just say, yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, I totally agree with that. At some point, he will resent her for it. At some point, nobody likes to be put in a corner and to say, do what I want or bad things happen. Do what I want or you will receive a negative consequence. Because then, sure, they might do what you want in the moment, but at some point they're going to realize that that is also a negative consequence because they have lost their ability to speak for themselves. And along with this, she's forcing this man into her life. in a way that he is either not ready to be a part of her life or that he does not want to be a part of her life. Regardless, he has not initiated it, thus he does not want it. If he wanted it, he would do it. So, like, to force somebody, the concept of decentering men is it's two small words that mean a very big thing that show up in a bunch of people's lives. And I think that trying to force a man to exist within your life, one is already like you've absolved yourself of the power within your own life, because you should never force somebody to want to participate with you if you love yourself. If you enjoy yourself, if you enjoy your company, then you will want to be around other people that enjoy your company, enjoy your life, and will want to actively participate in it. But to push somebody into a corner and say, be with me now or else, you are now centering your existence around them. You have now centered a man forcefully into your life. I think that when it comes in relationships with men, especially with like women or like femme people, when it comes to men, is the power of knowing your self-worth when it comes to knowing when to leave. Because she got the hint. She knew when it was time to leave for herself, but she extended her own deadline. She said, I don't want to be dating somebody past X amount of time. I think she said like a year and a half, something like that. I want to be married by that point. I want to be engaged by that point. She knew where her boundary was, and he was not doing the thing. Now she could say, oh, I want you to do this. I need you to do this. Do this or else I'm leaving, which is exactly what she did. Or she could just say, hey, I'm gonna take a step back. Not like, oh, we never have to see each other, never do all these things. No. But just reclaiming her space, her time, so that way she doesn't feel like she's wasting anything. As opposed to now what she's doing, which is putting herself in a position where where she can be legally attached to somebody that does not want to be married to her. Not at this time. Does not want to be married to her. And then when she tries to reclaim her time, reclaim her space at some point, but she will, maybe, I don't know. Now you have the government involved. All because you didn't know when to take a step back for your own sake. Has nothing to do with that other person, all for you. The idea of like decentering men can also be synonymous to centering yourself in your own lived experience instead of putting that center on somebody else who happens to be a man. Now let's talk about the astrology bit, because I see this way too often, not like with that lady on this podcast. I'm literally first time seeing that clip. But the idea, yes, there are certain placements that are more prone to loving a love bomb, right? That are just like, yeah, you absolutely should be obsessed with me immediately. Yes, Leo, less Scorpios, I'm seeing you. Yes, not less. Yes, Leos and Scorpios, especially like with prominent placements. I'm seeing you. Also, for being so absolutely for real, Pisces placements, you don't even need the love bomb. You're already in love. Y'all are the love at first sight girlies, and it breaks your heart every time. Now, the important thing to know, if you tend to have these kind of tendencies, does not mean, oh yeah, like I do it all the time. There's nothing that I don't have any control over it. Of course you have control over it. Like, these placements are more of a map, a system of patterns that you happen to live in, that you can say, oh, I notice that I tend to do this thing. Now that I'm aware of it, let me try and create another pattern. Yes, it's going to feel like I'm working against this energy, but that could be for the betterment of you. A Leo placement trying to force somebody to see them as the sun. What good does the sun have arguing with a plebeian? It literally makes no sense. Literally just find somebody that recognizes you for the sun that you are, instead of trying to be like, look at me. Don't you see I'm the sun? Don't you see I'm the sun? It's unhelpful. And it's just going to help to repeat a pattern that clearly this person seems to be participating in. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your concerns. Tippity type away in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.